I hate starting videos. Everyone hates starting videos. Starting videos is the worst, especially when it's live, because it's kind of not live, but it kind of is. Like, this is going to be on YouTube later. And I have to do an intro for the YouTube video. But you guys are watching live, so I only got one shot. Do it live! Alright. This is my Rayman 2 tutorial. It's probably going to take about 3 hours. And yeah, let's just get this started. First things first. You need an expansion pack to do this. So you have to have the yellow or the red expansion pack that goes in like the front of the N64. So you have to be able to play the game at high res in a few sections of the game. And this is on N64, just to clarify, for people who didn't realize. N64 expansion pack is needed. And also, if you want to practice, you're definitely going to want to have one of these as well. One of these guys. So you can plug it in the back for practice. So you can put save files on there. Okay. Now, you have expansion pack, you have N64. You get to this screen and you want to choose Italian because it saves 3.3 seconds of the course of the run, or 99 frames. And I guess you don't have to do Italian if you don't want to because it's only 3.3 seconds, what I'm saying. But yeah, it's a little faster. Alright, next thing. We have to go to the options, we have to choose video, and it's going to be set to high res because we have the expansion pack in, and we need to set it to low res, so we're going to go to Besa. Alta is high, Besa is low. And we're going to put the sharpness, this is a sharpness, we're going to put that at maximum. Probably more inconclusive than anything, but when Manocheese did the tests, he found that putting the resolution on low and the sharpness on maximum was the best possible amount of time save, although very minimal, if that, for between standard and maximum. But yeah, so that's what you do. Put that on low, put this on max, and then go back to the menu. And then this is like the start thing. So when you hit this, it's gonna automatically start up. Unless you have a jumper pack in. If you have a jumper pack in, then it's gonna ask you for a save. But you don't want to have a jumper pack in when you actually are doing runs because it wastes time for saving. So yeah. Alright. Let's get it rolling. Yeah, and there is a chat overlay on the screen. I figured, for some of the, more boring sections, like right here where we just have the intro, it'll be interesting for even a YouTube watcher to just, read a Twitch chat. Because I am doing this live on Twitch as well. And I'll have a highlight on Twitch, and then I'll have the YouTube video, so. The world record, yep, the world record is a 2:06:32. My PB is a 2:10:52. What's my PB? What is my PB? My PB is 2:11:05. That's the second best time. It was world record for a day, and then Manocheese took it back. I'm just gonna eat some Pop-Tarts too while I'm at it. So, think about this intro cutscene. Is that if you're gonna do speedruns, you're gonna want to set your timer to minus or negative 3 minutes and 11 seconds. I've been using SDA timing because I was trying to get world record, which was an SDA time at the time. Where, yeah, Manochi still uses that timing. He still uses when you first control Rayman, so I use when I first control Rayman. So I think other runners like the German guitar dude is in here, and also Martin Fye. Actually, wait, what? Whatever. I'm pretty sure other runners are also doing when you first control Rayman. So you do minus 3 minutes 11 seconds, so that when you hit start, you'll see when I first get control of Rayman here, the timer will be at 3 minutes 11 seconds. So. I need to flip the webcam. That's funny. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Base Twitch chat. I wonder it was so disorienting to look at. I was like, something is really disorienting to look at. And I couldn't figure out why, but when I looked at my webcam for the controller, I was just like, my brain started to hurt. I was like, ugh. Okay. So, first things first, you just shoot this with B. B's to shoot. I really hope I don't have to go over like a ton of stuff like this, like A is jump, and then like A, and then pressing A in the air is helicopter. But yeah, I'm basically not gonna go through stuff like that too much. But there's an important part here that I'm gonna try to do, where when you leave this pipe, the camera is gonna change to face this way. And basically, when you leave this pipe, you want to immediately drop down this way and try to jump again immediately, because then you will get like a... If you get like an auto jump like right away after you land on a slope, like it's better than if you slide when you land on the slope. It's kind of hard to describe, but there we go. So it makes sense. So I did it. So like if you were to see, also you want to jump in the air here because it's just faster if you jump compared to just sliding. But you'll notice like if you try to do that and you don't do it, it'll just be slower because it'll kind of slide to the right. But there you kind of get like instant velocity forward instead of to the right. Alright, now, there's actually a pretty hard trick here, which I won't be able to do in the tutorial, most likely. I don't know if it's frame perfect, it might be, but basically, you see that there's a pad over there for Murphy, and this whole green area platform up there, the plateau, is a giant trigger box, or zone trigger box, for Murphy to come over and talk to you. And if you can skip that, you will save like 5 seconds or so. So what you need to do is you need to jump on the same frame that you land, basically. So you jump and then you jump again right when you land, and it's a tight timing, I guess. But I'm gonna try it. Another thing is that normally you would have to do 2 of these to get past this, because you can see it's a pretty big zone. So you have to do 2 jumps to get through that. But if you hug the left wall, you can actually jump off the wall. Like if you kind of go like this, and you can get a jump off the actual wall, so you never touch the ground. So, and it's pretty easy to do that. And you have to time your jump correctly again. So I'll try it, but no promises. Yeah. So what'll probably happen is I pressed a frame late or something, but you would jump. So I'll just do it like I'm gonna get it this time. So you jump, and then you jump again, and then you jump off the wall there. So you see I didn't touch the ground. All right, so now you just shoot this cage, and you want to be in that pretty much the exact position that I'm in. If you're too far up here and you shoot the cage, it'll kind of trigger like a mini cutscene where he like walks to the place. You'll notice that. Alright, anyway. Here, you're just going to want to try to do small jumps. The smaller jumps you do, like, that's another thing, is that minimizing jumps is important because jumps are slower than just running. So, you don't want to do, like, a bunch of big jumps when it's not necessary. So, try to minimize your jumps. There's two different routes you can take here, but I like taking the lower route. Alright, now another really annoying thing. This really isn't that bad, but you kind of just have to get a feel for it. I don't know why, but like, I feel like I can get it really consistently now, but it seems random also. It's kind of weird. Basically, you can jump up to that ledge, but you have to jump at the right time. And all I can really say about it is that I like hugging this right wall, and I don't know, like, I'm not getting it very consistently now. Oh yeah, there's another thing that for some reason helped me, was pressing C down to like reset my camera. For some reason that seemed to help me. So like I'd reset, well, where am I going? I'd reset C down. And like, I'm not getting it very consistently right now, but I usually don't have too much of a problem with it. I would say the first time I go for it is usually the best time, because my camera is like this, and then I flip my camera and press C down, and then go for it, but it could just be superstition. It's just a weird thing. Anyway, so now we're gonna do Baby Glowbox Skip, which saves 41 seconds. There's something really cool here, where I could show you the harder strats that save like a second, but there's no reason to, because they require that frame perfect trigger box thing that I talked about a little bit before. So all we're gonna do for this, which is what I do for all my runs now, because you have to reset the run if you don't get the frame perfect jump. So there's a really easy way to do this now, which is awesome, which is to just go to the left. So there's no trigger box here. The trigger box starts somewhere like around in front of me here. So you just go here, and then you can just jump over them. So my computer crashed, and I'm back, so we're just going to continue the tutorial. And when you're going through this section here, I like to not change Rayman's direction that much with the analog stick, and instead I like to change his direction. Wait, there we go. I like to change Rayman's direction by using the left and right C buttons. So like here, I will just change it, kind of like basically just hold forward the whole time, but then use the C buttons to adjust his position. Okay, for this, it's just like a timing thing that you have to get used to. But basically, I just double tap A. So it's like double tap A, double tap A, double tap A to get up. Okay. It's really confusing because they're talking in like Rayman, whatever bullcrap language, and then he just said in English words stop, but then the text is in Italian. Raymanese. I think it's Raymanian or something like that. I don't know. I used to know. I forgot. Oh yeah, hold A during the cutscene. Thank you, Jam Guitar Dude. I am holding A. You'll notice, you'll figure out which ones you need to hold A, because in the bottom right corner, a little tiny blue arrow will appear for a frame or two. On the ones that I'm holding A to skip through text. Because there's actually some of these that you don't need to hold A. Or at least for part of them or something. Alright, that's when you normally split too, but... I split when it fades to black, so it'd be like right now. Except, obviously, you don't have to split here because we're starting a level. But, yeah, anyway. Whoa, sorry, I was looking at the camera to see where the controller was. Alright, so for here... Oh, I already skipped something that I had to explain. When you leave the portal, hold forward and A, and you will get a boost out of the portal. So it'll just throw you way further along, so... Here you want to hold Z, because it's slightly faster to hold Z and climb here. Manor Cheese said that at least. And then you'll find a visual cue for when to let go of that. To like leave. It's technically possible apparently to like jump up here without grabbing the ledge. But I don't do that. I just do a little, because if you mess up, you're gonna waste time, because like you either grab the ledge or maybe you won't even grab the ledge and you'll fall or something. I don't know. But like I said before, little jumps are always faster, so I just do a little jump here, except not that little, obviously. But yeah, so the movement is just shoot this thing, and then change the camera a bit maybe if you want, and then little jumps here. Smaller jumps the better, but not grabbing ledges, because that would be bad. Change the camera again. You'll notice I use the camera a lot to, instead of changing his direction. Like here, I'll do that again. Just hold forward for Rayman. Alright, for here, if you fall down the slide the right way, like the camera is going to be really trolly, but basically I'm going to try to get on the slide, and then right before I'm at the end of the sliding section, I want to hold, or press A to do a jump, and he will keep the momentum that he had on the slide. Hopefully that happens right now. Yeah, so you can see I like shot forward with the momentum I had from the slide. Alright, so now we're going to do the same thing with the camera, just little taps to... Alright, and then here, there's two different ways to do this. You can either jump up like this, and then wait for a cycle if the cycle's off, or you can jump up from here like that, which is a little faster. So if you think that you can make a cycle by doing that, it might be worth it. But yeah, if you mess it up, you'll slide back down, so that'll just waste time. Here you want to hold forward as you're loading in, because as you fall, you can get your position moved forward. Alright, and then, I don't know, with climbing sections like this, it's good to jump because you go up faster, but because there's turning, you can't jump during the turn, so it's kind of like you turn and then you jump, and then, yeah, I don't know. Here you want to try to jump, like, I usually jump twice. Like, I usually jump once there and then jump once at the end for momentum. And then here, you can get on the climbing section right away if you want, but I like to jump out to get in the climbing section a little bit later. And then, interesting thing here is that on low res, if you get hit by the piranha, he will knock you off, but on high res, if you get hit by the piranha, he will not knock you off and just damage you. And you're not really worried about health in this game, by the way, just if you wanted to know. Health really isn't an issue in this game. So, maybe in like the Iron Mountains if you're like died a bunch before, and like, but really health is not a very big issue compared to a lot of games. Especially not in any of the levels besides like the very end of the game. Alright. So this section, you're just gonna wait for, you're gonna go to like this corner and then move out of the way when he shoots the barrel. And then for this next section, it's RNG for how the barrels are gonna drop, but there's something really weird about these barrels. I'm gonna try to explain. If you are like to the left side, like if you're climbing up on the very left side of the vines, the barrel will kind of go to the left side. Like it'll kind of try to follow you to the left, which is kind of what you want, because then you can move to the right to avoid it. And you can keep climbing up and kind of move to the right a little bit to avoid it as you climb. If you were to go straight to the middle, it seems to make more sense to start off in the middle, so then you can just move a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left to avoid the barrels and just keep going up. But what happens is they kind of merge towards the middle, which you don't want. So you kind of want to start off on the left. And you'll see it fall way to the left, but now it's going to fall in the middle. So, yeah, so that's what you want to do. This is actually a really trolly section, because if you get hit by the barrels, it can waste time, and it's one of the time waster spots. So you want to spam A also. But you see I just barely try to avoid it. And, oh yeah, and that's another thing, is sometimes when you get hit by the barrel, if you're spamming A, it won't do anything, but then other times it will. Also, rip. So sometimes, if you get hit by the barrel, it won't do anything if you're spamming A, but then other times it will, and I don't know. There's another Murphy skip here. So, this one requires 2 frame perfects as well. Well, the first one only requires 1. Actually, I don't know if it's frame perfect. I just know that it's a really tight A jump, and you only get 1 shot. Is it faster to cancel rules of shooting? I see you keep doing that. It's a force of habit, because we used to think it was faster. The task told me it was faster, but then we found out that it's actually a tiny bit slower, or like doesn't matter. So I'm trying to stop canceling my rolls with shooting, but I still am doing it a little bit. But yeah. So here, I just got the Murphy text before I even... So Murphy text happens right here, so you want to jump right before that. So you jump like here, and jump again, and then jump one more time. Except obviously, didn't jump right when I landed. Alright, then here, okay, you have to hit the pirate. Oh my gosh, I could not explain that fast enough. If you don't get on that grate right away, it will go up, and then you have to kill the pirate, and then the grate will come back down. So that's a big time waste spot. So what I like to do is hit the pirate, which kind of stuns him for a second, which gives you a little bit more time to get up on the grate and get ready to dodge his shots, because you have to dodge like 2 shots. And then once you dodge those 2 shots, you just do a jump and grab the ledge of this. And then here, you want to jump and immediately start a helicopter and then shoot the switch from above. It's kind of like a little skip you can do. So I can hit the switch and then go like that. If you land in there, you have to jump 3 times on the trampoline rope to get enough distance. Also there, you want to hit the pirate first, so that the pirate is like invincible, which will allow you to hit the... So then you'll auto-lock to the other target. So you hit the pirate and then you hit the switch right after it. Alright, and then here, you want to try to give yourself a little distance from this ledge so you don't grab it. Like, if I go like this, I'll just grab the ledge. So what you want to do, let me get the camera set up again, is you want to get a little distance and then pull back so that you land up here. So it's kind of tight, where if you go too far out, then you'll land down here, which you don't want. And if you go not enough, then you'll grab the ledge, which is even worse. But yeah. Okay, this is a really hard section. Basically, you're just going to look where I'm standing. The first barrel, in my opinion, is like the most important, even though it's like easy to do the first barrel. What we're gonna try to do here is like 3 cycle, which means you're only gonna shoot, throw the barrel up in the air to shoot the bombs 3 times. When normally the game kind of, it seems like they intend you to do 6. But basically, the first throw is important because that's going to determine how the rest of them spawn, and also it seems kind of random how they do it, but I used to have a lot of issues with this and would have been like, oh, I had bad RNG, so it was bad, but even with bad RNG now, if you play your cards right, it's really easy. You just have to know exactly where to throw, and the first throw is very important. The second throw is the hardest throw, but the first throw determines on how hard the second throw is going to be. So basically, you're going to throw the barrel as soon as Rayman's feet are on the wood dock section. And then you're going to, after you throw a barrel, if you shoot, it cancels the animation for finishing your throw for the barrel, and so you can move immediately. So right after you throw the barrel, you're going to shoot with B, and then turn around. And then for the second bomb that spawns, you can ricochet Lums off the wall to kill it. So you'll notice me doing that too instead of turning around, which also saves a little time. Okay, so you got a bomb coming in here, so we're just gonna do this, and then we're gonna move a little bit forward, and then re-grab the barrel, and then we're gonna throw the barrel as soon as we land. Or what? We're gonna. Yeah, I don't know what I was trying to say there, but move a little more forward, and then here you want to throw it right about here. That's like the safe spot where it's gonna work. There's no clear spot exactly on the ground that you can aim for. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could just take a picture of it and be like, okay, this is where I need to be. And then here you can do it from the corner of this wood as well. So, I mean, it's really easy if you do that correctly. Also, I might not have shot. I don't think I killed the bomb by shooting the wall. Sorry, because I was trying to explain stuff and then forgot. But you can, for the second bomb, you can just shoot the wall. Also hold A here for this cutscene. If you don't hold A, then it'll just stop. Like, right there, you're gonna see that it stops, and it's just a blue arrow that wants to continue. I'm so glad that you can hold A for these cutscenes, though, so you'd have to mash through all of them. So that's good. Butt mashing is hard. Butt mashing is annoying. Oh yeah, Jeremy Guitar Dude. I had so much trouble with that boss or whatever you want to call it for the longest time. But all right, so now we're gonna spam A up here, and then the earlier you let go of that purple lum, the faster it is, but if you go too low, then you'll miss it, and you'll waste like 15 seconds, so you don't want to do that. Hey, Wolf Whisper, what's up, man? Alright, so for here, you're going to want to follow this lum route because it's a lot faster. I guess everyone does this lum route now, but like I started doing this. I used to grab that lum to the left, but I realized that it was a lot slower. So we're going to do this lum, those lums, and then shoot this cage, grab the 2 lums, and then go down. And then use the camera again. Alright, now here, there is a Murphy text that's right next to this wind tunnel, so I'm going to jump right before we get to the Murphy text, and just enter the wind tunnel. So, go like that. I could have jumped a little later, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't hit it. And now for this section, it's really annoying. You're probably just gonna have to find your own visual cue, but like, what works for you. But I really don't like these sections because, for one, it feels to me like at some points it lags, and then also, if you miss a wind tunnel, it wastes tons of time. Like if you're too low. But the earlier you enter wind tunnel, the better, because you have to go down for the lum. So ideally, you'd never helicopter for any of these lums because you would just grab them immediately. But like here, I have to helicopter down for a second. But ideally, you would enter early enough where you would just go straight into the lums. Some of them are really easy to do that. Like this one, the lum's really high up, so you can grab it pretty easily. But yeah, it just depends on which wind tunnel it is. This one's... okay. So for here, I make it so that Rayman is partially outside of the wind tunnel. Like you can see that he's partially out of the wind tunnel, because you want that... The position is really important for trying to get the purple lum early for some reason. So I want to be like back here, so you can see that like his back is kind of touching out of the wind tunnel, and then you're gonna shoot this purple lum and get it early. And then also sometimes the purple lum will give you a long strand. If it gives you a long strand, then there's a yellow lum down there that I could grab just by having the long strand. But sometimes you don't get the long strand, so you don't get to do that. But yeah, that lum's down in that wind tunnel. But you have such a long strand that it reaches all the way down there. Yeah, this is on NTSC. You can choose Italian on NTSC. All the different languages are on NTSC, and you would split right there when it fades out. Okay. Also, in the description of the video, I will have a link to my notes for my lum route and count. Also, okay, so I just did a jump. If you jump from the very corner that, and then you helicopter, you can get to this, which saves a little bit of time because you can skip the lily pads. But yeah, for the notes, I will have a link to that, so you can see the lum route, so you can know how far ahead or behind you are and stuff like that. But hold A for this cutscene. Okay, so for this section, you're gonna hold Z because then he like crouches down, which gives him more speed. Also, if you hold Z right away, then you won't have to adjust your... Like, you can't adjust your position left and right while you're holding Z, really, so you have to unhold Z to, like, adjust your position. So normally you'd have to adjust your position when you go by the second boulder, but it's funny because on high res, when I used to play on high res, if you get up to that boulder, you'll hit it every time. You'll hit the boulder, and so it'll bounce you up in the air and waste a little time. But on low res, it doesn't if you hold Z right away. If you wait to hold Z a little bit, it will, though. So we're just gonna start this up and then hold Z right away. And I actually kind of did it a little bit late, so it might give us the bounce. No, it didn't. Okay. So we didn't bounce on that boulder. And now, okay, here is a really annoying switch that most people don't understand. And what I've came to realize is that with this switch, you have to hit it because it gives you 4 lums. And you just have to, like, jump at it. But it's better to not actually physically touch the switch. I know that's dumb, but that's what you want to do. You want to be close to the switch, but not touch it. Lots of times, if you physically hit the switch with Rayman's body and it makes a sound and bonks off it and everything, basically, like the physics hit off it, it still won't hit the switch. Like, it happens. So, but I found the most consistent way to do it is just, like, jump close to it. So I just kind of jump next to it like that, and you can hit it. Also here, normally those guys would hit you down and you'd have to restart the section, and I remember that being a really annoying part when I was a kid, but I didn't know that if you just hold Z, then it will take him out of Z when he gets hit by something like that, but it doesn't kill him. So every time you get hit by one of those, you have to re-hold Z, so I have to hold Z again. But yeah, that's what you do for those guys. Now here you just want to hit all 3 cages, and then you get all 3 lums afterwards as well. Holding Z a little bit when you can, because it's faster. Don't hold Z there, though, too much, because if you hold Z when you're starting to veer really far to the left or right, then he can actually lose... He can actually let go of the lum strand or the string. So you're going to want to get up on this and get those 2 lums. And then you're going to want to jump over the bombs. Here you don't want to you don't want to touch that pole. Like, some people will jump off that pole, like go on the top of it and jump off it, but sometimes it'll cause him to glitch out with the stupid physics, so you don't want to do that. Same goes for this rock. For this rock, apparently on PC it's like not a big deal or something, but on N64, if you jump off that boulder, that's kind of the intention, is you jump off the boulder and bounce to get those lums, but it's really random and really annoying. It's much more consistent to just go right by the boulder and then jump right after it to the right to get the lums. So we're gonna do that. And I missed one lum there because I was a little close. I didn't realize how close I was when I unpaused, but that's fine. I normally actually miss like one lum in this level, so on that spot. But it's much better than going for the boulder strat because you'll bounce where the heck ever and might not get any lums. Okay. Now here, if you want, I mean, actually you can't do it for this section, but for a lot of these ending sections, you can press C up and like look down at the ground if you want to like reduce lag. But oh shoot, I just split. I don't need to split there. That's funny. I'm like splitting even though it's just a tutorial. Okay. The Bayou section is a really fun section for speedrunning. So, I really like this section for speedrunning. Hey, Born, what's up, man? Alright, so I'm going to try to explain all the little things that I do in this level to help save time. What's up, Ryan? Alright. So, hold right away, and just run over to this barrel, and then I press C down to adjust my camera accordingly. And I'll change Rayman to look to the right, and then press C down to look to the right as well. You only have to kill one bomb, and then this other one you don't have to worry about. He'll just blow up himself. Get these two lums, and then jump back to here. There's a bomb to my right. Okay, so here, the timing for when you want to start your jump is right when the barrel changes directions. So right now, you can jump and make it. And then here, I've found that with this ladder, if you try to jump right when you get to the very top, Rayman like will try to do his own jump like that. Like if you go to the very top, Rayman will do his own little jump, which is like bad. What I like to do is I like to jump a little bit before the top, like a manual jump, and then I shoot a little bit to the right to start going for that switch. So it's kind of hard to explain, but yeah. So I jump myself a little early, and then you try to go for the switch, which is really annoying to get. If you happen to not hit the switch and you've already jumped, you're going to want to try to get back to that point, or just try to YOLO and be like, you can go, like, shoot for it like this and hope that it lands. But yeah, it's pretty scary if you miss that switch and you jump. Okay, now here. Okay, so you can shoot the cage, but the cage won't explode until your camera kind of adjusts to it. So what you want to do is you want to shoot the cage and then press C down so that your camera adjusts and immediately makes it explode. And that takes like a second. So I change the camera and it makes the cage explode faster. That's something that I do and I never really told anyone because, I don't know, I just haven't really explained it, but But yeah, so that saves a little time. Alright, then here. Just gonna get these Lums. Yeah, that happens. If I jump a little early, you can miss the Lum. So we're missing 2 Lums, which is fine. Alright, on purple Lum here. I like grabbing that ledge because it's a lot less than helicoptering all the way back. And then here you want to ricochet shots off the wall to grab these Lumps. Normally you'd want to have 35 entering this zone, but I have 34 because of the one that I missed. Alright, and then here shoot the right away so that the pirate, or the piranha, dies. And then here if you jump correctly, you won't grab that ledge. But I would recommend, because it's really tight jump, that you just helicopter for a split second. And that allows you to get the jump every time without grabbing the ledge. Here, don't worry if you get hit. Like, if I get hit here, it doesn't really waste any time because he's invulnerable anyway. And then, another thing was that normally there's a Yatex that shows up, but if you kill him when you're on this grate instead of on that ground section, it skips the Yatex, so that saves time. There's also technically a way to skip that pirate fight and hitting that switch, but it requires a damage boost from the pirate's shot and good timing, so it's pretty insane. Nobody's done it in like a single segment run, I don't think. It's more of a task trick. Alright, so here you don't want to get smushed by the barrels. It's a really leggy section, and also if you jump and you land on the top of the barrels, it'll give you a really high boost up in the air, which wastes time because it lags, and then also you're jumping really low, or you're jumping really high up in the air. So what I did there was I jumped to the end of the grate and then helicoptered, and then used my shot to go use a purple Lum. So I skipped a switch there. It also skips a Lum, but that Lum is way out of the way. Basically, Lums in this game, I kind of estimated to be like a few seconds a piece, like 3 or 4 seconds. So if it's more than that to go out of the way, it's definitely not worth it. Actually, it was more. Isn't it like, I think it's like 2 seconds actually. I can't even remember. It's just over 2 seconds, I think, is what I was landed on for like the amount of time for the Lum. It's kind of where it's at. Yeah, it's 2 seconds. I remember now. All right, so you shoot that to open that up, and then you go get this teensy, or then you go get that 1 Lum. The reason that that's okay and not slow, even though it looks like it's way more than 2 seconds out of the way, is because we have to wait for this teensy to get up here anyway. So as long as you do it perfectly, that 1 Lum grab actually weighs 0 seconds. All right. Hmm? What? Oh, yeah. There it is. I threw it. Yep, that one. Okay. Alright, so then here, Sanctuary of Water and Ice. Oh boy, this is a fun one. Also, what's up, Norkit? Yes, Scotty J, this is gonna be on YouTube. No problem, dude. Alright. Yeah, so... Oh yeah, another thing is that for this cutscene in particular, you don't have to hold A, so you can actually leave here and go to the bathroom. In my notes that I have in the description, it'll tell you which cutscenes you have to hold A for, or which cutscenes you don't have to hold A for, so you can like leave if you need to. Because sometimes I forget because there's so many cutscenes and some of them do and don't. Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm gonna grab all 4 of these, or 5 or 6, whatever. We're gonna jump in the water, and by the way, it's hold Z to go down and then A to go up. And we're gonna do a really annoying clip right now that saves up to a minute if you get it right away, but it's completely luck-based if you're gonna get it right away. And also, if you start the clip but then fail it, then you'll die and have to restart the section. So it's a pretty scary clip, but I'm very, very consistent at not dying. I'm just not consistent at getting the clip because it's based off of lag. You have to actually be on high res to be able to do this trick, else you can't do it. Alright, so basically what we're going to do is we are going to line Rayman's direction up using the C down. So I'm hitting C down to change his direction until the camera is parallel with the door. And then I hold Z to bring his camera closer together and also makes it so that when he jumps he does rolls. Normally if you jump here, like the camera will kind of like start to change, and also he doesn't do rolls. You want it to be lined up parallel, and then you also want him to do rolls in the air. And also by holding Z it locks the camera. Okay, so now we need to raise the graphics to high res to cause enough lag to be able to do the glitch. If you were to try to do this on low res, it would take you probably a few hours. And that's basically how long it takes if you're on PC, like a few hours or so. But if you are on high res, so change it to Alta, and then so I change it and then I press start. Then it takes anywhere from a few seconds to like a minute or two, and hopefully you just hope that it happens like right away. But I'm gonna try to get the camera angle like perfectly what I want it, so that you guys know exactly what you should be looking for. This is a tiny bit too much. This is gonna be kind of annoying. Like, I wouldn't do this in a run, there's no reason to, because you can get it with slightly different camera angles. But yeah, this is pretty much exactly the camera that I want. Maybe a little bit more to the left. Not too much. Yeah, I need to go more right than that. Yeah, this is good. This is like perfect. So, this is the angle that I like to use. It can be a little bit give or take, and also you technically don't need this angle to do it. It's just a lot easier. Looks like the door is shaking. That's kind of funny. But yes, this is how I do the trick. So basically, I'm gonna hold up and slightly to the left, just so that he doesn't start to merge to the right. Because if I hold straight up and just keep pressing A, he will start to go to the right. So I have to keep him next to the door. But we're not going to be clipping through the door technically. We're going to be clipping through the wall next to the door. And when he clips through, what you need to do, because there's no floor on the other side of this, he's going to be half clipped through, and then you're going to press A again to do another jump. And then at the top of your jump, you're going to helicopter, and you're going to go around the door and go back in bounds. So I'll just try to show you. And again, this just takes a little bit of time to do. Like, it's just random lag. So in runs, this is literally what I do. I just sit here and jump, holding Z and pressing A, making sure that he does a roll and goes up to the very top of the jump. If he gets caught up, then you might need to change your angle or something. If he's starting to like not jump all the way up here, because he should be jumping this high. Yeah, so this is fun. So we just wait until he clips. Like, legit, this is what you do. And sometimes I've had, like, you know, probably, like, I've had maybe 15 or so runs that have gotten, like, first or second try jump. But I'd say on average it takes me about 20 to 25 seconds to do this clip. But we're really unlucky right now. But yeah, 20 to 25 seconds is pretty much how long it usually takes me. And if you were to skip doing this trick, if you were to do the orbs, then it would take about a minute to do those. So, yeah. So, keep doing the trick. Oh, so that, he wanted to clip there. Oh, there you go. So, I was half clipped through, and I pressed A again, and then I just helicopter around the wall. The nice thing is, it's not like, if you clip through, you need to be like, oh my god, I need to press A. Like, it's kind of just the pattern of the jumping. So, like, if you do a normal jumping, like this, if you clip through, you just press A at the normal time if you would... even if you clip through or didn't clip through, you still want to press A at the normal time. It's just that you need to recognize that you clipped through, so that after you do the second jump, once you're clipped through and then you jump again, then you need to press A at the top of your jump and then helicopter around the door. But yeah. And, oh yeah, I say it's RNG, but I don't really mean that, because it's not random number generator. It's more just... It's just lag based, which lag is something that can be controlled in some circumstances, but in this circumstance, it's pretty much uncontrollable. Alright, so here we're gonna want to jump a ton because jumping makes you go faster, but a problem with that is that you lose control a little bit with Rayman, so you have to kind of balance it. I like to actually slightly go to the left here, even though you're trying to go to the right, because when you land, if you're going slightly to the left and you land, then you'll get more of a, like, better angle to get that lum right there. If you try to go straight to the right side to, like, cut time, you're gonna miss that lum and also cut the angle wide. Here, it cuts the corner, like, close. And then also makes it an easy setup to get these lums. Same thing goes for this wall as well, except that time it kind of didn't work very well for me. Did I say wall? I meant floor. And then here you want to jump at the very edge, and then here you want to jump at the very edge again. And if you jump correctly at the very edge there, you can actually jump all the way to the boss fight without even touching the ground. It's kind of like a super jump that you can get off the edge. Oh, that's something I never explained, but should explain. I'll explain that after the boss fight. With this boss fight, you just want to kind of veer left and veer right to avoid the shots. Oh yeah, another thing is that I did a tutorial on that clip that goes even more in depth, I think, probably. So you can watch that if you want to. That's on YouTube as well. Okay, so I'm gonna explain how to do the ledge jumps, even though I don't have a ledge here, but I'm just gonna talk to you about it. If you go to the very edge of a ledge, and then you hold forward and you jump, then you will get an extra boost, like, in distance for your jump. The distance and speed. So it's good to do edge jumps, but at the same time, if you jump too late, like you press A too late and you just walk off the edge, that's bad. And that sometimes happens to me in, like, the Cave of Bad Dreams or something. The edge of the ledge. That is correct. All right. Do it, Born. Do it. Do you, oh, you get to skip all the cutscenes, don't you? I like the Final Fantasy 13 cutscenes. But that would actually make the run like twice as long, so probably not a good idea. All right. How long is average run in this game? At my level, like 2 hours, 15 minutes. World record's 2:06:32. Yeah, my PB is like 2:11:05. All right. This one. This is a short level, but we have to go back here, so this is the first time we go here. Alright, more visual cues. These rockets are all about the visual cues because basically they walk around for a select, for like a certain amount of time, and then they will tame or like slow down. So basically what I like to do is line up in the same spot. So I like to line up with this log, and then turn around when he gets to me, and then he should be close when you do. Oh, okay, here. There is a Murphy text right here behind me that I'm really close to. Oh god, don't look that way. Don't want to accidentally go into it. And it saves like a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds if you avoid it. So you want to get really close to this door and then let go of the rocket, but you don't want to get exploded backwards by the rocket, else you land in that trigger zone. So you're gonna shoot the cage and get the lum. And then what you're going to do is you're going to move a little bit to the left. Obviously, you're going to do this really quickly. Like, I do this really quickly in a run. Like, you shoot, and then you move to the left, and then you jump around it. But I messed it up and somehow didn't get the Murphy text, which is funny. But, yeah, you move a little to the left and go around. A really dumb thing about this Murphy text, though, is that it actually triggers on this railing. So you have to clear the railing without touching it, else you'll get screwed. And I'll talk to you while you're on the railing. Anyway, there's a small trick here that Spike Vegeta found, where you wanna, if you jump at the right time, instead of walking out to the exit, you will jump all the way and right into the exit, and it saves a second. So you just want to time it. I like to time it with the black line. These pirates. The black line that's right there. In front of me, you see it, kinda? I don't know, but you'll get a feel for the timing. And oh, see, I barely didn't make the jump, so you saw that it automated a second jump. But yeah, if you fall down there, then it saves a second. But yeah, you can just get a visual cue for that one too. And then here, you want to get the lum and then set up for this rocket as well. Then spam B here for boost. Alright. Whoa. You can boost through here, but I wouldn't recommend it because sometimes you'll get shot at the wall. Never boost when you're on the right side of this wall. And if you don't know why, even if you don't try to, like if you try to stay to the left and boost, eventually you're gonna figure out why that is. But basically, he gets sucked into the freaking corner and just blows up. And it's the worst. So you want to stay to the left side when you boost through that area right there. And then here you want to boost as you leave. You want to boost as you're leaving the ramp. And then jump off at the right time so that you can just clear that area and skip the getting the barrel and opening that door. Italian saves 3.3 seconds. Hey, Kiba. Hey, Karks as well, what's up? Alright, and you have to hold A for this part of the cutscene. Thanks, Real Life Batman. Alright. So here, there's a skip that you can do. What we're going to do is we are going to enter the marshes a little bit early. By instead of him walking all the way over there, you can jump straight to it. How we do that is we set up right here. And we're gonna tell Rayman to walk back over the bridge. But then we're gonna force the cursor, which is like the orange ball for the world map, to go up. So we're gonna hit down to kind of start the cursor to move down, but then we're gonna do up to force it up. So if we do it correctly, and you press A right now, he will jump straight to the marsh. So basically, you want to press A as soon as you pass the bayou. Else, if you press A when the cursor's on the bayou, then you'll enter the bayou, which would be bad. That'd be very bad. But the key is getting Rayman to walk back over the bridge. It's a speedrun tutorial, Linkcraft. Alright. It's faster by 3.3 seconds, Linkcraft. Not 6 seconds. Born was wrong. Alright. So if you hold A and up out of there, you can get a boost out of that portal. Wait, I gotta set up my webcam. It's, like, awkward. There we go. Okay. Here you're gonna want to do little helicopters where you need to so that you don't die. But for the most part, you shouldn't have to helicopter. Helicopter is basically, in almost every case, it's slower, unless, like, for here, it's better to do helicopter because, am I gonna... I've never done, I didn't even know that they could sink, that's funny. That's news to me. I was like, it's sinking. Yeah, but I was gonna try to explain that you want to helicopter a little bit so that you don't grab the ledge for this, because if you grab the ledge, it's slower, so helicopter as little as possible, but then don't grab ledges. So here you can jump and helicopter a bit to... And you want to go to the right side of that platform that I did that trick for. It's not really a trick, but it's just a movement thing. Here you want to veer out right and then rip. I didn't get it. Let me try that again. It's too many things happening too fast for me to explain. So you want to jump out to the right and then shoot the purple lum. And then jump at the right time so that you can grab this ledge and continue. You can get this lum if you're behind, but the route does not get that lum because it is slightly too slow. It costs a little bit more than the 2 seconds. Alright. Here you can... Well, actually, no, that was on the previous one. That's okay. This is fine. There's a little trick that you could have done on the first skull platform where you go like around the side like this, and then you shoot the... You can shoot the purple lum to grab onto it a little early. Just to explain that so you know that that's a possibility. Alright, and then... This cycle might be off now. Okay, it's not. If you do that too slow, those things will open up and you have to wait for a cycle. But, yeah, it's not hard at all. These guys are random in the way that they spawn and like where they're going, so you just have to shoot accordingly. You want to try to kill all 4 of these guys, but then also pick up all the Lums. Ideally, you want this last guy to be right next to the thing, so when you throw it, and then you get back here really fast, but that doesn't always happen. Here, it's kind of really annoying to work with this camera. Basically, when you land like this, you want to go behind you for a second to get the 5 Lum. Alright. Whoa. Oh yeah, okay. Number 1 rule of this spot. I gotta explain that. Alright, so it actually makes sense, like, with the physics about why this happens. Wait, I gotta wait for him to fully extend. Thank you. If you grab a ledge here, if you are on this side of the ledge, if he's gonna grab it, I don't know, see, let's grab a ledge here. If you're on this side, then the object is spinning away from you, so you can jump up a ledge, because you'll probably notice already that climbing up a ledge is slower than jumping up a ledge. Like, if I was to jump up a ledge, it's faster. So, whenever you grab a ledge, you want to jump up the ledge. It's by habit. But you can do it when you're on this side of the spinning platform, but if you're on this side of the spinning platform, it makes sense when you... What the heck? Cool game. It makes sense that when you jump, it's gonna spin into you and you're gonna get cockblocked. So you can still do a jump up, but I had to reverse my analog stick. Like, I had to go back on the analog stick for a second. But yeah, anyway. With that out of the way. So basically, moral of the story is if you want to play it safe, just go up ledges normally for that section with those by just pulling up. If if it's spinning into you instead of away from you. But yeah, here you just want to throw it at the right time. That was really poor. Normally the cycles all line up really nice, so I'm just used to working with the cycles. But yeah, you want to try to throw it at the right time so that it lands on the platform. This room is one of the most annoying rooms in the Cave Bad Dreams. This room and the boss, because the boss has some tricks. But yeah. Here, you can throw this a little earlier than you might think. Like, you can throw it from there and it should land. And then you can grab these Lums and then go there. And yeah, I barely made it, but the earlier you throw it, the better, because then you... Oh, except you don't want it to bounce back like that. So yeah, you have to throw it so that you just set up to throw there. And also, it matters how fast you do all this because it changes the cycles for the next room too. So you can grab that green Lum because it's like half a second out of the way. And then, actually, I don't know if it changes cycles for sure for this room. It's hard to say. I don't know. It does change things. It can be weird. Yeah, because like this is wrong now, kind of. Here, if you go fast enough, you can get on this skull and get the first cycle. Except, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have gotten it because I was kind of slow, but I think the cycles are just weird now. But normally, it's pretty hard to get that first cycle with that skull. But it saves time, obviously, but... Yeah, so here, okay, this is what I do. I line up the camera so that I throw this so that it lands right at the corner. And that way I can I'm setting myself up for the hard shot. Normally, most people will throw it over here. Like, I think Manochi still throws it over there. But I throw it directly that way, and then jump, and then Lum over to it, or purple Lum over to it. So that'll save time, because you skip a whole jump, or whole throw. Alright, and then here we have both the orbs, so we're just going to throw them both down there. And then I found that this yellow orb will try to grab onto the blue platform if you're too close to it, so you want to... This guy's going to be annoying. You want to go right about here. Whatever this little thing is a good indicator. Also, I have no idea how it didn't land on there. That's really strange. Never really seen that before. But, we got him now. People have tried to find a skip to, like, just clip through that mask to skip that spot, but nothing yet. That'd be great, though. Alright. So this section, it's... You want to shoot your... you want to do a lot of shooting because then you can, break all the crystals so you don't get hit by them. Also, you want to focus on your movement, like your positioning, so that you can get all the 5 Lums. If you miss a 5 Lum here, that'd be really sad, because they're all free 5 Lums. So missing one of them would be really bad. Jump at the end because jumping is faster. You could jump through that section a lot, but that makes it way harder to control, and you'll go so fast that you might hit the crystals before you can break them. Alright, so for this boss fight, it's really hard to do, because he can have different kinds of positioning too that make it harder or easier. But, well, I should say it used to be really hard to do, but now it's really easy for me. But I also don't get all the way back to the platform every time. Sometimes I have to do a death warp that wastes a few seconds, but it still saves like 20 or 30 to do this way. Because you skip a whole section of the boss fight, kinda. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to time out. You have to be very careful with your timing for your skulls. You're going to shoot the skulls so that they stop in a way that is really far away from you, so that you can barely get to them. And that way you can be close enough to him. Most people do 3 skulls, but I do 2 skulls, which should be faster. And then you jump towards him, which causes him to flip and go over to the other area. And then you jump back to that other area quick. So I'll show you that right now. Alright, so first you have to wait for him to do his fireballs. Alright, so we're going to time this correctly. So he's in a really bad position, so I'm probably going to have to do 3 skulls. Yeah, I have to do 3 skulls here. So I'm going to wait for... Dude, he is not doing skulls at all. Dude, I am restarting this boss fight. I'm too close, so he's not going to shoot skulls. So I should have tried to do that and then grab back to the skull. But, like, that was just bad. So, like, again, his positioning... If he goes to... the far back right corner, that is bad, but it's still possible to do the trick. But I should have shot my Lum earlier so that I grabbed that ledge instead of... Alright, so here this is a lot closer, so you cause him to do that. You see down to flip your camera quickly, and then avoid the fireballs, and then get back to here. Alright, I'm gonna show you another thing. Oh crap, I can't because he moved to the next area. I'll just explain it. If you can't get back to that ledge, or the fireball causes you to get hit and then you fall down, you can't get back to that ledge, you're still okay as long as you make him move to the next platform. If you make him move to the platform that he's on now, like that platform, then you're okay. And you can hear him, like if you can't see it, you can hear when he moves. He makes like a hum sound. So what you want to do is you want to helicopter and try to rub into the pillar that you're on, and if you're close enough to him, he will move. And then after you hear the sound, you can immediately unhelicopter and death warp. And then when you finish your death warp, you'll be here. So there's 2 different ways to do that trick. I did it the faster way where you jump straight back to the platform. The death warp wastes a few seconds, but is still way better than having to redo the whole section like I had to do the first time. Here you can do this with 1 skull, but 2 is a lot safer. So here you're gonna shoot. You're gonna try to do for 2 skulls for this area. You jump to here. And then, if you don't think that you're confident in avoiding those fireballs, if you get hit, then you have to redo the whole section if you fall. You can purposely get hit by one of the fireballs while you're on the platform, and it'll slide you on the platform a little bit, but you can stay on it, and then you'll be invincible for a little bit, so you can just avoid the next fireball by being invincible. Here, it's also technically possible to do this with 1 skull. That's tricky. Oh, I could have showed you a cool trick, but it's okay. You can actually helicopter towards the skull while it's moving and then shoot. And then you'll grab the ledge while it spins, and the camera will spin with you, but it's consistent, so that saves like a second. Here, you want to try to space these out so you can do this in 4 skulls. Because after the 4 skulls, he waits like 5 seconds before he spawns more, so it saves time to do this in 4 skulls instead of 5. Alright, now we're done with this section. Or this level. Basically. Hey, Pack-chan. Take the treasure. Alright, so here you want to not take the treasure, which is the second option, so you go down. Taking the treasure just wastes like 30 seconds because of a cutscene that plays. And then here you want to hold up. Oh crap. Oh, I might have missed. I probably messed it up. Oh yeah, I did. I'm gonna glitch the game. Yeah, so when this happens, it's okay. It's gonna play out part of the cutscene, and then it'll continue the game. But it's really funny when it happens. But I forgot to tell you, and then I panicked. But right when that cutscene starts, you want to hold up on the analog stick, and what'll happen is it'll play part of the cutscene normally, and then all of a sudden Rayman will fall through the floor and death warp, because you want death warp right away. So here, it does death warp eventually. I don't know. I don't think that's faster. I think it's slower. I'm pretty sure. But he did death warp, and we can leave the level. Although I should probably test that timing, because I originally just thought it was slower because the first time it happened, I thought I soft locked the game, and so I was like, oh, you don't want to do that. But yeah, that's a silly thing to have happen. Anyway, back to this level. Oh yeah, here you can press A and B at the same time to skip the Murphy text. We're gonna try to do that same timing as we did before with the rocket. Although I kind of messed it up because you want to be a lot closer than that, but that's okay. Here you want to jump A and hold left so that you clear the railing. I'll try to do that jump that I didn't get the first time I got here. Yeah, so that time I cleared the jump and just entered straight into the entrance, or the exit. And then here, you got this rocket, which I do a different movement for this one. I do it until he passes the mushroom, and then I turn. And then that. Alright, spam B through this section. Again, like last time. Whoa, that was weird. Don't boost to this section, else you'll go straight into the floor. And then we have to do this skip again. Alright. It's possible by doing that trick that I told you about where you hold up and do the death warp. It's possible to soft lock the game, and the game thinks that you don't have the elixir when you do. And you can't pass this section, so just keep that in mind. As long as you hold up on the cutscene until you death warp, then you're gonna be okay. But if you're like me and panicked and then didn't start up until the cutscene was a little bit in, then weird things can happen and something bad could happen. Alright, here we're gonna, normally you have to go on the box, like, for a long time most people just went on the box for the speedrun, but you can avoid going on the box by jumping from a certain position. The position I like to jump from is this triangle that's created right here on the ground. Like the meeting of those two boards. So I'd like to jump right there, and then if you shoot at the right time, then you can get it every time. Which saves a little bit of time. Alright, now we're just waiting for Clark. Funny thing is, if you're not looking at him, you can't hear him, but he's still coming, so it's like, it's weird. I don't know. And then there's a weird thing with this camera, but you can get pushed forward by Clark, which can help just give you a little bit of speed. Alright, and then here you want to move slightly to the left to start the rocket, to because like he's just chilling, but if you move to the left a little bit, he will start coming after you. And then we're gonna grab this ledge and then go for the cage using the purple lum, which gives you 2 lums. It's basically a free 2 lums if you do this perfectly, but it's actually kind of a newer trick, and so I'm not too good at it yet. So like ideally you'd want to just land right on the rocket right when you hear that sound, and everything would be awesome. But that was pretty smooth though. Alright. Alright, here is like a really hard section when you first start playing the game. You have to like weave around those, which wouldn't seem that bad, but because the game physics are just shitty, like it can be kind of annoying to do that. If you hit the rocket, if you hit any of the rocks, then you have to restart the section, basically. Alright, next section. Alright, a lot more stuff to explain the canopy. There are tons of tricks in the canopy. Don't hold A out of that portal, because else it shoots you up in the air and then slows you down. Because there's like a little extra room, like a higher ceiling there for some reason. And yeah, so I'm getting trolled by the spider. That's cool. And that's because I didn't grab the web at the right spot, so it was slower. But you want to jump here. Crap. Some routes actually avoid these lums. It's questionable, but I like grabbing these lums. Alright, a thing about that cage. Well, I guess we could say about those lums is that we determined that it's worth it for the route right now, but it definitely could change in the future. For that purple lum, you want to wait until Rayman's almost stopped. I used to always press A a little early, and then I wouldn't get enough height, but you want to wait for a long time so that you get an extra vertical height boost, so that you can have enough time to shoot the cage, break it, and then grab the ledge and grab the lums, and then grab these 2 lums, fall down quickly, shoot this cage, and then go to the next section. So that section can be kind of annoying with the spider, and then also grabbing the ledge and shooting the cage and stuff like that. This next section is also has a pretty crazy trick. This one, there's a switch up here that you can hit, but because there's no auto aim on it, you just have to manually hit the switch. So like right now, if I could jump high enough, I could hit the switch, right? But I can't. But you can use this wall to ricochet a shot up there. So like it's hard, and also you have to look at the switch, else it won't work too. But basically what I do is I don't know. I get used to where the like a good spot is to shoot from, and once you get used to it, it's not too bad. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I used to be really silly and be like, I'm gonna make a setup for this. So like, I lined up like his hair with something, and then I lined up the C up, and then I had the angle, and I would get it almost every time. But like, the thing is I wasn't. It wasn't fast, and if I didn't get it, then it was like, okay, I just wasted a ton of time. Like, it's just silly. But that skips that pirate fight, and then there's one lum that skips as well, but that's okay, it's just one lum. So I do that trick, then you go over here, and then do a jump so you grab that lum. Alright, here there's another really, this trick's really annoying, it's a pretty new trick, so I'm not fully consistent at it yet. But you want to basically jump and spam B for shoot with a certain camera, and you can get the pole to come down. So yeah, like that. And then after I do that, like I focus on making sure that I'm going for that. Then after that I go for those two lums, and then I also go for this lum here by reaching out, because you still have more time because you're waiting on glowbox anyway. He's got to climb all the way up this thing, so you have time. Also, that lum is not reachable, so you do skip that lum. And also there's a lum above the flower that you skip, but you skip the whole flower dancing section, so it saves, I think it's like 20 seconds, and then skips 2 lums, which is like 4 seconds, so. That is a part of the lum route, to skip those 2 lums. If you don't do that trick, though, then you get an extra 2 lums. Alright. Alright. Am I gonna have another flip pizza? Yeah. I don't think Ash knows this, but last night I had DiGiorno pizza, Ash, and I accidentally flipped the pizza over, and all of everything came off, and it was just like in a mass, like just in a pile of like cheese and pepperoni and like sausage and peppers and onions, and it was so sad. And then I just smeared the ball of the mass of everything over the pizza that was just crust and sauce, and then ate it. I didn't waste it. I ate it, but like I did murder it. It was not a live pizza, it was a dead one. Rip. Alright, so for this section, I'm gonna grab both these lums. Or one lum, sorry. You want to go to that corner because you get the timing better for this. Basically, I walk all the way to the corner, and then I walk back, and that way it kind of just dodges the cannonballs. And when you get back to where that lum was, you want to time it so that you start a charge shot, because you just got the charge shot ability. And if you use charge shots for this guy, then you can do it a lot quicker. And also, a weird thing is when he lands, he will only stay at the first section for like a second. So you have to be ready to shoot for the first spot. So you have to have a charge shot ready. Like, you'll see that I'm going to start the charge like before he even jumps out of the ship, basically. And then when he stops there for a second, that's when you want to go for it. And then you can just start up another charge shot right away. Now, the problem with starting your charge shot like way early is that after like 4 or 5 seconds or something, your charge shot will automatically just shoot, even though you don't want it to. So if you charge shot too early, you'll shoot before he stops. Like when he's still moving, you'll miss. So you want to make sure to time your charge shot correctly. Now here you want to time, you can, when you shoot the charge shot, right as it hits him, you can death warp, and that'll send you back to where glowbox is, because you have to talk to glowbox to continue. Oops. Alright. There's actually a way to skip this as well, but it's too hard of a trick to do in a single segment. And then here we're going to want to set up a charge shot. We're going to try to kill, oops. We're going to kill this pirate with 2 charge shots, ideally. Oops, that's okay. So, the main bad thing that can happen with that pirate is you accidentally misthrow your charge shot and it doesn't hit him. Here we are going to immediately go for this cage. When we fall down, we're going to set glowbox up to start watering, or doing the dance, and then we're gonna try to do a weird thing here with the purple lum, where you shoot and then turn around. Like, I kind of messed it up because, like, it's a pretty new trick for me as well. But if you shoot correctly, then it will like, the cool thing about this is you actually don't even have to be in the air. You can just be on the ground, and it will start up. It'll throw you up on the purple lum. But you have to shoot that way, and it's kind of weird. But yeah. So you can do that, and that saves time. The alternative to that is to so wait till glowbox starts his dance, and then go over the boxes and jump up the boxes, and go like this. And go for the 5 lum. But yeah, anyway. One more trick in this level still, but this trick is incredibly easy. Anyone could do this trick. Wow. The block, really. Come on, glowbox. So this next trick, we're gonna break the cage, and then we're just gonna quickly exit the area where the cage is and enter again, which will deload it so that you don't have to deal with the TNC. So, like, if there's a TNC that spawns, and normally he has to do his dance, but for some reason when you leave the area and go back, it re-breaks the cage, but then just gives you the portal automatically. Ooh, chocolate chip cookies are good. Alright, here I don't think holding A out of that portal actually matters. So we can skip this flying section. Okay, the camera is really trolly here. Anyone who's run this game before knows what I'm talking about. But you have to shoot the switch, but the camera trolls. And I can't remember the setup for it, but I think it was that I want to wait a little bit before I jump and shoot. Normally I do it a little early, so you want to wait a little longer than you think. Yeah, that was good. And then you get zapped by him, ideally just once, and you turn that before you get zapped twice. If the camera changes on you, then you mess up hitting the switch, and then you have to do it again. Also, I just did a no ledge grab there, which is nice. You have to time your jump correctly to not get a ledge grab there. Hey, Natalie. Alright, so here, we are gonna turn left and shoot a lum, and it auto-aims to the switch, but unless if you're not looking at the switch, then it won't activate. Even though it hits the switch, it doesn't activate it. So you have to see up to look at the switch right when it's about to get hit. So I shoot, and then I look, and then the switch gets hit, and then I go. And somehow it didn't work. Probably because the pirate was too close, because I waited. I hesitated, but like, so let's try to re-enter the area and see if the pirate is in a different spot. So this works. The noise the music's still there. I'm worried that this isn't gonna set up right, but we'll see. But yeah, normally this is not hard as long as the pirates... There we go. So, yeah. You just see up so that you can see when the switch is getting hit, and then you keep going. Technically, you don't have to see up there, but it's way more consistent to do that. You can, like, if you manipulate your camera correctly, you can do it without doing see up. Alright, here you want to fall off the side, and we're going to do a little trick with the barrel. Normally you'd have to kill that pirate, but we are going to... He's going to wake up in a second here, and then we are going to start walking along... my feet are, like, just barely in the water, and then when he gets up to me and he's going to throw his... When he's going to go out to hook me, I'm just going to go to the right a little bit. So I'm just going to... Right now, I'm just gonna go to the right, and then I'm gonna throw the barrel. Wow, dude, that was weird. I've never seen that before. I don't think he's gonna go back to sleep, but, like, that was exactly how you do it. Yeah. Alright, so now we need to kill him. Normally you have to kill the pirate, but, I never actually messed it up like that before. But weird things happen when you kind of go slower to explain things, I guess, But yeah, basically, you just do what I did. I probably just threw it a little bit too far to the right. But I'll just do the same movement again so you can see it. Like, kind of not in the water really a little bit, and then go right, and then turn. And then before he goes to hook you again for the second time, then you throw it at the barrel. And then here, the cage is invincible for like 2 seconds, so you can just shoot if you want, or just wait, doesn't matter. And then here... you can't jump up on this lum until it's all the way up. So what I like to do is, you want to shoot for the lum right when it goes up to the top. So what I like to do is I use a visual cue when the purple lum is halfway off the screen is right before it's about to stop, and you can grab onto it. So right when it's halfway off the screen, that's when I go for it, and then it works every time. Alright, then here you just want to walk into the water and then hold Z to start going down. Also, this is like bugging me, the cameras. There we go. This camera. Alright. Here you want to do a hard turnaround, like, behind you there. And then, this switch, there's a text from Carmen, but if you shoot it and wait a little bit and then jump. If you jump too early, then it will not trigger the switch. Dude, no, screw you. And if you touch the stairs almost at all, like, I think it's, like, after this black line, you're okay. But anywhere before that black line, if you land there, then the switch will activate. Okay, so for this guy, I'm trying to, like, do it so it's correct. Alright, so when he starts his running from there, it'll stop right around here. And then here you can boost twice if you want, but I like boosting once right before you get to the ledge. And yeah, that'll happen. Like, this will happen sometimes. I would say that happens, like, maybe 1 in 10 times. Like, pretty unlucky for that to have that happen, but it does happen, and it sucks when it does. But it's not like that is avoidable if you're kind of better about the way that you angle the rocket. But I mean, as you saw, it was just kind of like random. He just kind of spazzed and then didn't blow it up. Like, yeah, you're gonna be unlucky. Okay, here I'm gonna go this way. It's technically faster this way, so I might as well show you like the fast route stuff. So if you go this way, Carmen should come along here and drop a bubble, and then so this is a faster way to go instead of following the normal bubbles. And you don't need a lot of bubbles here, so I'm not too worried about hitting all of them. You just need to survive long enough until the cutscene starts, or yeah, I think it's just a little cutscene and then it goes to the next zone. Not really a cutscene, but at all, but it just goes to the next zone, but it takes a little while. Alright. So here what we're going to do is we're going to grab both these bubbles, hopefully without the piranhas trolling and grabbing one of the bubbles or hitting me. And then we're going to flatten out, like not hit Z at all. We're going to grab this bubble as well. And then we're just going to stay at this level. We're not going to go any lower. If we go lower, then it might cause Carmen to glitch out and not follow us all the way through. Like right now, she could stall in the top right, but if you're too low and far away from her. But here we're gonna grab this bubble, and then we're gonna grab this bubble, and this worked out really well with this route. And I shouldn't need to grab any air here. You can grab one or two of those air lums that was down there, but it wastes a little time. But if you feel like you're gonna not have enough breath to get all the way up here, then you can grab one of those for backup. Here there's a little cutscene skip that you can do, but it's really annoying because your camera shifts. The cutscene triggers on the right side of this, but not the left side. So if you go to that side and then go around, you can skip it. And the camera is kind of weird, but yeah, it's like a maybe 1.5 second cutscene that you skip. And then here, I hit C down to adjust my my camera, and then you're gonna want to go to the very top spot of this, and then you jump around to get on the top. Oh, I didn't make it. No, I want to show you. And it's easier when you do it fast. It's not really that hard of a trick. But yeah, so you go up and then you jump around, and then you can... That's just like faster to do it that way. This game does have a lot of camera work, yeah. Alright, so now we're going to do a little hop right after we bounce off this wall, which will give us that one lum there. And you don't have to worry about getting that lum that's in front of us, because we're going to get that after we get the teensy going here. Because we have to wait for the teensy to get over to the portal anyway. So we have time. We can do whatever we want right now. But what you should do is go over to the portal and then be like halfway on the portal. And then look down. Or like, I guess just be at the edge of the portal. Just look down. If you're too far, if you're on the other side of the portal, then the teensy won't automatically start dancing. And he may just sit there for a little bit before you realize that the teensy is right in front of you, but not dancing. Come on, there you go. Alright. Thanks, Natalie. So this next area has a pretty new skip. And the impossible mini-boss skip, which, yes, I will try to explain to the best of my ability. But that is just a trick that requires practice. But it's pretty easy, actually, once you get used to it. Alright. There's a fair bit of hard skips in this level. It's pretty rough level. It's also pretty long. And plum physics in this game are pretty shit, so. Here you can, this is what, like, I don't know why, but some purple lums you can jump on when they're still moving, some of you can't. This one you can jump on when you're still moving, so, I don't know, just weird. Alright. If you get hooked by that pirate, it will reload the levels, so don't do that. Actually, well, reload, no, it'll kill you in one hit, that's what I meant. There is a drill, however, that the pirates do that will immediately restart the level section, which is really bad. Alright, so here, you're gonna shoot the plum so that you go in the direction you want. I hate the physics for that, but it is what it is, I guess. Also, it's kind of hard to land on these plums. Sometimes you'll, like, go to the left or the right of them a little bit and get screwed over. And that's bad too, obviously. You die from that. Okay, so we got Murphy here. You have to spam through the Murphy text. It's like the only text you have to spam through in this game, because Murphy's a huge troll and makes you do that. Alright, mini-boss skip is coming up in a second, so this is going to be pretty, probably lengthy to explain. I might actually kill the mini-boss so that I don't have to deal with him when I explain it, but we'll see. Yeah, I guess we'll just kill the mini-boss. This is gonna take a little bit, though, because I'm not used to killing the mini-boss, because I haven't done it in forever, because I always do the mini-boss skip. But, yeah, normally you would line up for the trick like this, hit C down, and then you would start doing the trick, but not today. I'm gonna kill this first. This is kind of the strategy you can use if you're not going to do the mini-boss skip. But, mini-boss skip obviously saves time, so. Come on. Where you at? Where you at? You have to be patient, let him come up to you, and then shoot. But, yeah, then you normally use the plum to get up there. But we're not going to do that. Okay. So now he's out of the way. The reason I wanted to get him out of the way because normally, like, he'll jump at you while you're trying to do the trick, but it's not really a big deal because I usually get the trick pretty much right away anyway. But you have to change the game into high res for this trick. That is really funny. That is hilarious. Alright, so we're in high res. After this trick, you want to change the game back to low res. Because it lags the game and it'll cost you... I would say over the course of us playing since the Sanctuary Water and Ice clip, I probably wasted about a minute and a half in lag. And I'm really surprised I didn't notice it. But the game does lag in high res. But so yeah, after these glitches, you want to change it back to low res. But I forgot after the Sanctuary Water Ice clip because I must have been trying to explain something else or something afterwards. But, yeah, you want to be in low res. But, so we're going to be in high res for the trick, and we'll change it back to low res after. That's really funny, actually. Alright, so for this trick, you can see that there's this seam, right? This seam runs along this wall and goes all the way up. And if you try to jump while you're on this seam, he will kind of get stuck on it, and that's bad. You do not want that. You can see like he kind of get like drags on it, but you do want to be as close to the seam as possible. Like you don't want to be all the way over here. Like that's also bad, because well he also gets caught there too. I don't know. It's kind of the wall's kind of weird, but basically you want to stand right about here so that you're just outside of where you are gonna get caught on the seam. Like I'm getting caught on the seam there, so I want to move it a little bit more over. And you'll notice, like, if I can just jump a few times. I'm not trying to actually do a trick. I'm just trying to... Yeah, so you see how he got caught on the wall? That is... And then he just did it again. That is what allows you to do the trick. So basically what happens is he gets caught up on, like, an invisible floor, basically, for a second. And you need that to happen to be able to do the trick. And then what you also need to have happen is when you land on that invisible floor for 1 frame, or maybe it's more than 1 frame, it's probably 1 frame, then you need to press A again to jump when you land on it on that 1 frame. So basically, the idea here is to jump or press A when you would not, when it wouldn't work on normal ground. So you can actually practice, like that's the hard part of the trick, is pressing A at the right time. So you can actually practice this when you're not at this trick. You can practice this anywhere, kind of, like that timing, because the timing for it is basically the same timing as if you were to jump and then press A and nothing happens. So you'll see me like, I'm gonna jump and press A and nothing happened. That's because I pressed A too early for a normal jump. Like this is a normal jump, right? And if you press A way too early, then it'll helicopter. So you don't want either of those things to happen. You want to jump and so have it just eat your input. That is the correct timing, because that means that if you land a little bit on that edge, when you land on that ledge, it's going to happen because you're hitting the ground early. So basically, you jump at the right time. If you helicopter, you did it too soon, or you either hit it too soon or you the invisible ledge you didn't grab the invisible ledge or touch it. So like there I got on the invisible ledge, but pressed A at the wrong time. And that time I think I might have actually got it, but I didn't get enough height. Also another thing is I never really liked when Rayman rolls during this. So I've always found it was easier if he doesn't roll, but that may just be personal preference. And he just rolls sometimes, which is annoying. So yeah, anyway, so let's try to do the trick. So it's cool when you get it the first time when you still have momentum coming into this trick. Like, so I got it obviously, but like if you come up to it, you can get it like this, where some people think, like I used to think that you'd have to be right up along the wall, but you can just jump into the wall and get it the first try. You don't have to be up along the wall when you start the trick. You just have to land on that invisible ledge thing. But afterwards, we want to put the game back on low res, because that will save time. Alright, moving on. That's the mini boss skip. Oops, I just messed it up. If you mess this up, it's kind of better just die, because then the plum will come up to you faster again. You can go for it again. Also, it'll always spawn in the same spot the first time, so. Where's my camera? There you go. Alright, so this spot, or this section can be really annoying with the plum. Also, okay, there we go. You want to try to get up on that wall a bit so you can get that lum. And then here you want to wait to jump as long as possible, because then you have less helicopter. I could have waited longer. Actually, it might just be less falling, but it's better to wait as long as possible with that lum, but still get the 5 lum. If you miss the 5 lum, then you wasted 10 seconds. So last thing you want to do is go too late, but early. If you jump earlier, then it's just slower, but it's better than being too late. You don't have to shoot here, by the way. You can just like shoot once or twice, like shoot only when you want to change directions kind of thing, and it's going to be the same speed, so it's whatever you prefer. Like for this section, I tend to not shoot very much. I'll just shoot to change directions, and then for the other section, I shoot a lot. I don't know, just what I do. Alright. Whoa! That's embarrassing. Don't want that to happen in a run. Oh yeah, and I explained. Okay, so I didn't explain this, but you can get this purple or this yellow lum. Actually, you have to get this yellow lum now because of the new skip that was found, which is awesome. So yeah, you have to get that yellow lum now. Although you could have gotten the second trip if you're not gonna do the trick that I'm gonna do, but there was a new trick that was found pretty recently where so normally you grab this yellow orb, but we don't need to. We can skip grabbing the yellow orb now, and also skip the whole section for the blue orb. This is like one of the biggest skips that was found in like, I'm trying to think. I mean, the skip saves like almost 2 minutes or something, so it's pretty big. I guess the biggest thing that was found was low res saves like 6 minutes or something crazy over the course of the run. And I found that, but that's just low res, high res. Like it wasn't a trick. So this trick or glitch or whatever is gonna save a lot of time. Oh yeah, you don't want to kill those guys. That was my bad. Yeah, I'm gonna. No, there's already a green lum. What am I doing, dude? Can I get back up there? Yeah, I can. Okay, good. Like. Or can I? Oh man. This trick's pretty new, so like I've only done it in runs a few times, so I kind of forgot that I could. This is interesting though. I actually didn't know that you could. Where's the purple lum? Where'd it go? Huh. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is okay, but we just have less guys to work with. So I think it's 4 of those black fuzzy things spawn. And oh, okay. That's good to know, Jim, and I actually didn't know that. Well, we'll do this with 3. It's okay. Actually, no, we'll do it. We'll do it with all of them. This trick is really annoying, so it should be explained the right way. So what you want to do is not kill those black things. Those worms are fine, but the little black fuzzy things is the ones you want to keep. So I assume they'll spawn right about now. Maybe not. No. Right here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we got our friends back. These pretty much were declared by like everyone that runs this game as the worst enemies in the game, but ironically now they are the sole reason that we can do a 2-minute time saver in the game, so it's a love-hate relationship. Alright, so when you get on the purple lum, you're basically going to automatically kill one of these guys. And I think you can get up to 4. I don't know. I only have 3 right now, but that's okay. It's not too bad if you if you don't have a few of them, but alright. So we have 2 guys, and then it's also going to spawn another, like, 2, I think. There's 1, and then another one probably spawn behind 3. Okay, yeah. Alright, so now this trick is really, it's not a fun trick at all. Basically, you jump at the wall and hold upright, or like up, and you just hope that they will hit you in a way that you get enough distance upwards so you grab the ledge. And that's basically it. You want to have this camera angle and then just jump. And it looks hopeless, like it looks like I'm not going to be able to get it at all. But as soon as you get the correct... Oh, dude. That was close. See, I'm holding upright because with this camera angle, that just makes sense to like be along the wall. Close. There we go. Okay. So then you can kill all these guys that you hate so much. Alright. And then it is possible to do it on the yellow one as well. If you do it on the yellow pillar over there, then you can grab this lum on the way over. But yeah, that's another way you can do it. you have to land on this. You have to. If you go around this thing or whatever and don't land on this, then it's not going to work because it uses that as a trigger to know that you've finished that section of the level because you drop in from right there. Anyway, so you get on the blue orb, or you get the blue orb, throw it, land down here, jump across, ricochet it off the wall, and then have it land on the thing, most likely, and then... Oh yeah, so now the boss is coming out. Not really a boss, but whatever. When he stops, you're going to death warp. And then it'll spawn you up here. But again, it only spawns up here if you land it up here. And then you just get on the guy and go. I love the IT crowd, by the way. IT crowd is amazing. Alright, so you can death warp immediately. Oh, okay. Yep, you can death warp immediately. Okay, thank you, guitar. So, yep, grab that lum to the left and then do that. So yeah, that trick was found pretty recently. I've only completed like 2 runs with it. I think it was found like, I mean, I haven't been running this game actively at the moment, but it was found like a few months ago. Yeah. But yeah, so with that trick, you can death warp immediately. I remember when I was talking with Unreal about it when he found it, and we were worried that the glitch wasn't going to be possible to do because you had to, because we didn't know that you had to land on that top platform to make it so that you spawn up there. And I was like, you spawn down there after the death warp, so like this isn't going to work. We're gonna have to figure out something else to like try to make it work, and then we were really worried that we'd have to do the trick twice. You'd have to damage boost up twice, and then at that point, like, it'd just be too messy, and you lose too much health too fast, and it wouldn't be worth it. But like, then when I figured out, I was like, oh no, it's just kidding. It's because you have to land on the top platform. Then it was all good. All right. Guitar runs this game, false root. Alright, so I don't know if I'm going to show you both of the 5 lums that you can get here. I'll just show you one probably. You can get the 5 lum that's to Rayman's left right now, but that one requires like a really weird timing. I'll show you, or like a really weird jump. You have to get on the top of this rock, which is kind of annoying in the first place. And then you have to like jump at the thing correctly to be able to grab the ledge. It's really annoying to do, and probably worth it in tasks, and that's about it. But this one is not that annoying. You just have to jump up at the wall 3 times, 3 to 4 times, and helicopter a little bit. I guess 4 times, or 5. Where are you? Come on, lum, please. But you can lure the lum down, but it usually takes 3, maximum of 4 times to do. I don't know why it took like 6 jumps. But that one is a good backup lum. Wastes about 12 seconds to get that 5 lum, so it's a little slower than the stuff in the route right now. So it's not part of the route, but you can totally get that if you're behind. So we're gonna raise the graphics for this clip. And the way that I do this clip, this pirate's probably gonna troll me, so I'm gonna kill him. Please, no die and arrow. Rip. That was really bad. Oh, cool. Actually, I can show you it the better way now. Okay, pause. Okay. This is better. So when you do this glitch, you can do it immediately before the camera is adjusted, and that's faster. So you would change to high res, you know I'm already in high res, and then you would try to line it up with the brown spot on the ground and jump and try to get the clip right away, but I didn't get it. And then this would be the normal way to do it, again using the brown spot. This is the way I set up, at least. So there's a brown spot on the ground you can see in front of me. I jump with that brown spot, and then I clip through. Oops. And then put it back on low res, and then fall down. Alright. So here, I skip one of the lums, that lum right there. I skip that one because that one's really awkward to get and then also still get up here for the cage. There's a trick I can show you guys here, but I don't know if I want to because then I have to restart the whole level. But I guess I'll show you the trick, but I won't complete it. I have a video on this, like Rayman 2 glitches from like 2013, I think is the one. But basically you can damage yourself here and then shoot into the wall, and then you can fly and you can grab these lums, and then instead of hitting the switch you can go through the door, and you can clip through the door, but I don't want to do that because that trick is not, I don't do that in runs because there's one problem with that trick, and that is that if you go through that door, the problem is the loading zone is actually down the hall after the door a little bit and then on the left. And that's a problem because when you clip through that, you can't see on the other side of the door, so you can't see where you are. And when you're flying, when you're doing that flying glitch, if you rub up against the wall, you might bounce and go the other direction. So you might not know it, but you might be rubbing up against the right side when you need to be rubbing up against the left side of the hall to hit the loading zone. If you don't hit the loading zone, it can soft lock the game. So yeah, and it saves a decent amount of time, but I don't know. It's probably like 8 to 10 seconds, maybe a little more. But so you can do this, and then you pull up, and then you helicopter and shoot the switch. And this is the safe strat to do it, I guess. I do skip that one lum up there. You can get all three of them, but I find that it ends up being slower and harder to hit the helicopter to hit the switch afterwards. Okay. It's also possible to do it here too, and then you can clip out of bounds on this ceiling, and then you can turn around and go straight to the ending. But you skip a lot of lums, so unfortunately that trick is not used in any percent. But if you want to see it, it's also in that same glitch tutorial from like a year ago. All right, glitch tutorial and a glitch video from a year ago. All right, so there I aimed the barrel at the pirate so it kills him. Whoa. And then go for this. Whoa, 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 I've never seen that before. Lots of weird things happening in this tutorial. I never had the camera do that. Oh crap. Alright. This is what happens when you don't pay attention. But yeah, so I guess don't veer too far to the left or right, because else your camera is gonna could flip on you a bit and then screw you up. There you go. Oh yeah, the camera does that too, what it just did, which is really annoying. Sometimes it will stay in the tunnel longer than it should, and so it put me in a bad situation pretty quick. Yeah, I never had the camera do that to me. Unless you're talking about the thing where it stays in the cave longer. That happens from time to time. Alright. So, for the little precipice section, oh yeah, hold Z during these sections a little faster. But for the little precipice, this is just like really scary and annoying. Yeah, so stuff like that'll happen where it ate my jump because the physics is bad when a bridge explodes while you're on it. Sometimes. But generally, I like to wait until the bridge explodes and stay on it while it's moving away because it gives you more distance. So like if I move and jump with the bridge, it's moving in the right direction with me, so it makes more sense. But weird things can happen, I guess. Also, the bomb can randomly decide to explode while you're on the net and hit you off the net and kill you. Shoutouts to Manicheese for having that happen to him like every single time he does a world record run of this game. He always dies here, it seems. Although I don't know if he did it in his latest world record. Alright. Yeah, this is a really stressful level. It's definitely going to be helpful to remember exactly where all the explosions happen so you can avoid, or so you can like jump over all the barrels. So you saw like I waited a while to jump off the bridge, like kind of faster. Ooh. That was close. Almost got bad luck there. Alright, so here, I like to just stand in the spot I was until the cage is gone, because if you move forward and then the camera can be weird, and if you don't want to skip the cage, obviously. It's Lums, so. And also you needed to switch too, but. The music in this level, yeah, music's pretty good. Alright, so you can jump for that one, and this one, and then this one as well. And then here there's a skip where if you jump at the right time, you can go through the trampoline and go to the next area. It's a pretty easy trick though, it's not too bad. Alright, then here you can get a super jump off, or like a boost jump off of the top of that barrel, and then grab that ledge, skip that trampoline. Oh, get that, please. Thank you. Whoa. Okay. Then here, it's better to grab this ledge, I guess. This is kind of new, but grab this ledge, then grab this ledge. Except I kind of messed it up, but you can see what I was trying to do. I saw Manicheese do that, so I guess I'll talk about it. Then hit the switch, go back here. Nice, Doctor. Kapow. Nice, Rosen. Alright. Spam. Alright, so here you spam B, or like shoot. For some reason, this is like the only section of the game where it's faster. Also, cool thing about this part of the level is you actually don't have to jump at all until the very end. So like all of these spots that are exploding, you don't have to worry about it because you'll move faster than the spots that are getting broken, as long as you're shooting. And if you do hit them, it'll pop you up in the air a little bit, and that's about it. Like that, I got popped in the air. Okay, so here you want to jump so that you avoid those two rockets and they hit each other. And then hold Z here for speed. Okay. Whoa. And in this section, it's important that you stay above these Lums, because the area where they will pull towards you is pretty good, but some of these later Lums, if you start off too low, you won't be able to get them because they're too high up. Like, I don't know, I just suggest being above these Lums, and so they pull up to you, and then going down a bit for these. And you have to watch out for the bombs as well. You have to shoot them. It'd be really nice if you can finish this level with 2 or 3 power fists. That would be ideal, because you're gonna want it for the next level. Well, you also want it for the end of this level, but for the next level, definitely. Alright. So you gotta avoid all the explosions and all the rockets so you don't get hit and damaged, because, well, if you fall here you have to restart the whole section, but also you lose the power fist as well. There's a lot of bad things that happen if you mess up in the Precipice. Also, this camera's kind of trolly. You want to go a little more to the right than you might think on that first section. The camera can be kind of weird. You'll know what I mean when you try it. So here, you can either do charge shots or you can just shoot them. But it's important that you go to the right as fast as possible, because then the ship might actually explode on him. And if it does, it'll take out half of his health immediately. Oh, don't get hit. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do a charge shot on this guy once he gets up here. Wow, dude. Alright, he got killed by the boat, I think, or by his own ship. Alright, so grab these 2 5-lums, jump down, shoot this cage. There's another strat here where you can, if you kill the pirate fast enough, then you can shoot the cage and then go up and get the 5-lums, because then you won't have to wait for the TNC to set up for a few seconds. Also, the timer is halfway off the screen. It's what you mean. Okay. Oh yeah, I noticed Dash. Yeah, Dark Shadow, it feels like that because I'm doing this for a YouTube video. That's funny that you explain that it feels like I'm talking to somebody else and not the stream. Like, it feels like I'm talking to someone in the room. But that's kind of the feel that you want for YouTube anyway. More that you're talking to an individual and not the stream. It's a different kind of thing. But yeah, I'm making this for a YouTube video, so that's why it seems that way. Whoa, that was weird. So for this section, you want to end with 33 Lums, although I'm going to have 32 at the end now. But 33 Lums is ideally what you want, and of course, you want all these Lums because they're free. We don't have to worry about it with this tutorial, though, because I've been picking up the backup Lums to show you what they are as well. Although there are 2 backup Lums that I didn't show you how to get in Echoing Caves, actually. I probably should have showed you, but it's okay. Alright. So, normally I want 33 here, we got 32. And then we have our 3 power fists, though, which is awesome, because now we can get quick kills on the barrels and stuff. So what we're going to do is we are going to shoot a little bit like this. Wait till he zaps, and then, or until he shoots, and then we'll go like this. You can technically just go straight for it, but if you get hit or zapped or whatever, then it's going to waste a ton of time, so. Well, a ton of time, I mean like a few seconds. But, like, I guess what I did there was not optimal, so it ended up being kind of suboptimal. Alright, so here, you want to stay behind this for a second, and then go over here. And don't worry about your movement right here, how fast you're going, because you have to wait anyway for this. So, I mean, whatever, like, doesn't matter. We have to wait for this thing to come over. Okay. And then, right when we turn this corner, we're going to throw the barrel and then go Death Warp. What that's going to do is it's going to open up the room where the Teensy is. And after we Death Warp, the Teensy's gone and the portal's just open. So now we can kill this guy. Hopefully without him damaging us. Which he did after he died, which is really lame. But we're going to grab those Lums. And then we're going to go up here and do the same thing with this guy. Kill this guy. Bounce it off this wall to kill him fast. Or not to kill him fast, but to kill him without him hitting us. And then I use C down to change my camera. Alright, so here, if you're not behind on Lums, you can just go straight over there. If you're really behind on Lums, then I recommend you get this Lum, even though it's kind of slow. If you're behind on like a Lum or two or a few Lums, then you grab it. Also, this one is another backup Lum you can get, but that one's also even a little bit slower. I tend to grab the one that was on the left, the backup on the left, a fair bit. And again, you can use the document in the description to show if you're behind or ahead on Lums. Like right now, it can be like, oh, I have 453 Lums. I think I'm supposed to have, if I remember the number correctly, 451. Let me see. Let me open the document up quick. But it tells you exactly what you should have for each level, see you now, which is nice. This music, though. 21 years old. This is only. Oh no, it's 453. Okay. Yeah, 453, which is what we have. That's funny. Which is weird, because I picked up the backup Lum for the 5 Lum and those 2 Lums. I'm trying to think where I missed them. It's interesting. Alright. I was such a noob for not being able to get that controller back together. It's so easy to put them back together now. N64 controller. I don't know why I was having trouble. Alright. Whoa. There we go. This one I put it... This isn't the same analog stick that was in this controller. I put a different analog stick from a better controller, or like a better analog stick in it, and then, because this one was pretty loose on the yellow controller. Of course, I could have just swapped the plastic skins out too, but these buttons were a little better on this one, so. Whoa. So you want to have Golden Fist here. So if you lost your Golden Fist from before, like I did, then you want to grab the Golden Fist. And then here you want to shoot on this wall. And if you're lucky enough, it'll ricochet off and hit the cage early. So right now it would explode, but it didn't. But now we have to do the normal strat, which is to kind of go here and then hit it. Yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of touchy. But, and you can grab that Lum, 5 Lum there. Okay. Alright. make sure you kill all those guys. Oh yeah, I'll show you the fast strat. So you can skip these 3 Lums now, and we'll get them later. And then, okay. And you want to shoot in that direction so that you get the cage. Get those Lums, it's important. Oh yeah, I gotta do the thing. Crap. So, you get off, and you go up here, and now this might be bad because it might deload, but we'll see. Yeah, it deloaded. Lol. Sorry, I was spacing because it's a new strat. The better strat. And I used to not do this strat. But you have to get off the flower a little earlier. So we're gonna do the same thing, except... So you want to shoot there, except the cage is gone, so it's not gonna matter. And then after this corner, I usually jump off. But you can jump off whenever you want. Come on. But you don't want to go too far ahead of it, else it will deload. So be careful, like stay by it. But this is going to be a lot better. So you're going to grab these Lums and then jump down, and then it'll be right here, and then you just land on it, and then keep going. Alright, then here, forward jump. How much longer in the game? I would say we still got a quarter of the game left. Yeah, I want to be done too. But we are getting there. How do I know this so well? I've been playing this game for a year and a half, off and on, with speedrun strats and talking with other people who do glitches and stuff for this game and figuring out stuff. So we're gonna grab these Lums, and then we're gonna go along this wall and then jump to this section. That's a nice skip there. And then shoot that. You have to shoot that button twice to get through. And then there's gonna be a yeah text skip coming up. It saves like, I don't know, half a second. But basically, if you land on this zone right here, then it'll cause the text to happen. But if you grab the ledge, then it won't. Also, you can grab this ledge even though there's like even though the vines go all the way out to the ledge, that could hurt you. You can still grab that ledge, no problem. Kind of go around that too. Alright. And shoot the cage. Go to the left, get the Lum. Ideally, you get both these Lums and get all the way back up to the platform. Like that. Yeah, that was good. That means those Lums didn't waste any time. Alright, a few levels left, but Iron Mountains is kind of a long level, so... I guess we're a little less than a quarter left, or like, maybe like a fifth of the game left. Shiro. Yeah, right, Ash? So, for this level, we are supposed to have 501 lumps, and we have 501. At the end of this level, we're supposed to have 537. I'm doing good, Shiro. Just doing this tutorial. Kind of want it to be over so I can play some other games, but it's not exactly as fun as speedrunning because I'm not really going fast, you know? Like, it's... If I'm not going fast, I'm, like, not as focused on it, and just kind of, like... It's... feels less like a speedrun, more like a let's play, even though I'm doing, like... I don't know. It's starting to bore me a bit. But we're close to the end, so... It's in Italian because it saves 3.3 seconds, Paul. And so now we're gonna go underneath the tentacle here. It saves a little bit of time. And then... here... You can go over, though, if you're not comfortable with it. It just saves... It just wastes a second or two. What's up, Fire... Yeah, it's chill, but... It's a long time to chill. Like, 3 hours is a long time to just chill. Alright, so... For this section, you want to have a lot of height so that you avoid this flame. So, like, this flame could hit me, but if I'm high enough, then it won't, like that. Also, you can hold Z to lock your camera. So, like, right now I'm holding Z. If I unhold Z, you'll see it kind of, like, change the... I don't know. You can play around with it. You'll figure it out, but... Sometimes I hold Z through some sections. You can also, like, charge up shots for these, so you don't have to, like, spam B. Just do that. And then here, this is where you grab one lum if you're behind. Like, you grab that lum on the right, but it's slow, so normally I don't grab it. Alright, so now we shoot here. Grab these, turn around please. I use C down here, this is important. Use C down so that I'm looking the correct way, and then when I'm at the right distance, I do a charge shot that ricochets there. That's important to do that. And then also you can either get hit by one of those guys so you fall down right away, or you can land on that ledge and then fall down. But you can't just unhelicopter to fall down, so you have to either get damaged or something. So like here I'm holding Z, and then getting these lums. And then sometimes you have to hold back. Like here I'm gonna hold back so that I get enough height to get over that thing. And then here hold forward and then hold back here so I get enough height again. And then here you can actually purposely get damaged to fall. So you can... He lets go of helicopter when he got damaged, so you can fall fast. So that saves a little bit of time to get damaged there. And now I'm going to go hold up left to go for this lum. And then normally you can go to that tunnel to get 10 lums, but with this route you avoid those 10 lums because they're very slow. Alright. And then we have the 537, which is what we needed. Don't have Gold Fist because it's not gonna help me in any way for this level. Yeah, doesn't help me. But the basically reason you don't have Gold Fist is because you get damaged a few times. There's sometimes you purposely get damaged, and maybe 1 or 2 times where you accidentally get damaged. But there's no reason to have Gold Fist here, so at least that I can think of, unless someone can correct, if Guitar can correct me. Yeah. So it's possible to skip one of the 3 sections of this boss, but I haven't done it on console. I've only ever done it on EMU, and it's basically a segment only trick. I've never seen someone do it on console, but I know it's possible. Or maybe, yeah, like, yeah, it's, but normally you would jump up to the railing there and grab the railing. But anyway, this boss does like the same attacks. So like if you practice this boss, you'll know what he's gonna throw at you and when. But it's okay to get hit by the flames. Just don't fall into the lava, else you have to restart the boss fight. So here you're gonna shoot this and then death warp by falling into the lava. And that'll make the purple lum be up there earlier. And then, actually it skips a Yatex too, I think. But anyway, we are gonna fall to the right when we fall down here, and then this level is done. Dang, this controller looks really awesome. Alright, so the tomb has an interesting skip called the tomb jump that used to be a very hard trick, but then Unreal found a way to make it a lot easier. So I recommend that everyone do the tomb jump because it's really easy now, but before it was very hard. Okay. So you're gonna hold down left here. And then try to avoid grabbing these ledges. It sucks when it happens, but sometimes it's kind of unavoidable. Alright, so for here, with this lum route, I fall immediately down and don't grab any of these lums. But if you're behind on lums, or if you want to change the lum route by 3 lums, because apparently Guitar found out that this is fast, you can grab these 3 lums, which loads the switch that's down there, and then if you go back to about like here, I think, then the switch can activate, and that saves time as compared to going down there and then climbing back up. Probably about a second is what Guitar was saying, but either way it's grabbing 3 lums, so that means that the way I had the lum route set up at the moment, it's down to the very last lum, meaning that if you miss a single lum, like, you have to pick up extras somewhere. But I guess if you do that strat there, that's 3 lums, then the lum route that you would use if you used mine has a lenience of 3 lums automatically built into the route, which is pretty good because that makes sense. But yeah, I skipped grabbing that green lum by ricocheting the lum off the wall for the switch. You don't need to go that far up. Oh, okay. Right, you don't need to go that far up to load it. and then you get that Lum on the way back. Okay, yeah. But yes, I know what you mean. Yeah. So you want to go, like... You don't have to go as far to load the switch. Alright, so here... You... If you enter the room and run straight to the second skull, you want to wait there for like 1 second, so that the pirate so that the piranha is gonna line up at the top of your jump to hit you, and as he hits you, you're gonna go B then A. So I kind of roll B A, and what that does is you're gonna shoot and then start your, which cancels the damage. Like shooting cancels the damage animation and resets your so you can use your helicopter again. And normally if you get damaged, you can't use your helicopter right away again, but if you shoot first, then you can. And by doing that, you get a damage boost, and you can easily get the tomb jump every time. But so we got the tomb jump. It's also technically possible to do it with this jump as well, which will save even a little bit more time, but it's very hard to do. Very hard to do. Alright, moving on. Oh yeah, also you can see up here and look down to reduce lag if you want. And set up a charge shot for this pirate here. And hit the switch. And then on this electric fence thing coming up, you can jump over it. So just go to the edge of this bridge and then jump over it, helicopter a little bit, and you can clear it. And then here you can just see down again for like 6 seconds. And then jump to here. Whoa! I just skipped those 3 lums, which means, well, I'll show you. So, we have 544. Normally we would have grabbed those 3 lums, right? But we have 544. And in the last section, this is the last section that you can get lums in. And there are 6 lums in this section, so I have to grab all 6, which is okay. But normally you grab those 3 lums. So yeah, and it can be kind of stressful grabbing these lums. If you fall here, you have to restart this whole section, so just make sure you grab the lums, and then also make sure that you don't shoot the switch too early. If you shoot the switch right away, you might actually hit it too early, and the fence will zap you when you're on it, when you're like right in that area. So you always want to wait a little bit. And then so now I have 550, and that's all you need to complete the game now. So that'll get us past the Iron Mountains. Oh yeah, another interesting thing. So with this spot, he's gonna throw a barrel. After he does, you wanna see up and look down, and that will deload the pirate, and so you don't have to avoid his barrel shots. And I think it's like after I hear the cage, or like then it's like 6 seconds or something, or maybe it's after the lum grabs. I can't remember. Yeah, the cage, and then like 6 more seconds after that, and then you like go see up, and you'll be like right there. 5 seconds maybe, but yeah, that's pretty cool. So then here, you want to avoid getting hooked by this guy, so I usually shoot him, and then this, and then here, this is a weird camera thing, so even though it doesn't look like I should, you can hold up and spam A here, and he will... Oh, actually, wait, no. Hold up until the camera changes, then spam A. There you go. If you spam A, then it'll mess up the thing. The camera's really hard there, but if you hold up, then it'll end up working out, even though it doesn't feel like it would. It's just an awkward camera. Because you're not supposed to skip that pirate, but we do. Hey, Shaq, man. Almost done. Okay, so now we're gonna shoot all 3 switches. And then charge up a shot. He's gonna trip over this, and we're gonna shoot him. And then you're gonna have him go across again and trip. And then charge up another shot. And then when he trips over it the second time, you shoot him again. And then, there you go. Technically possible to charge up a shot and shoot him on the... when he trips over the thing the second time instead of the third time, which saves a little bit, but it's really hard to get that off without him hitting you. And if he hits you, then like you lose your charge shot and you don't damage him at all, and then rip. Like, that sucks. Nice Jack, man. I tried to really stop working. That's really weird. Give me a second. And for this level, we don't have to worry about Lums anymore, obviously, because we went past the Iron Mountains. We just went past the last door. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. Whoa. Alright, there we go. So, don't worry about Lums that you passed. You don't need to grab any. I'm gonna be going for the 2-switch strat. But, yeah, so there's a few ways you can do this, but you can, like, it's, I don't know, this switch is really annoying, where it won't activate unless you're looking at it, but the thing's always spinning, the camera's spinning, and things are bad. There's a few different strats you can use on that switch. You can helicopter out to this first switch, or you can do 1 switch, apparently, which you're saying is easy. Is that new? Also, you don't want to die in the swamp. Alright. We're almost done with this game, Oprah, too, just so you know. And then, yeah. No! Okay, good. So, this pirate, you're just gonna want to avoid it. You can, if you have Power Fist here, you can just kill it outright with one single Power Fist charge. Or you can just avoid the charge, or the shots and whatever. Alright. This hot air balloon controls you sometimes. It seems to like spawn in different positions for some reason. And if it spawns in a bad position, then it can be really bad. Oh, I'm not going to be doing tutorials of Banjo and DK64. I'm going to be playing speedruns of those games, Winarbs. But, I mean, I guess if you guys wanted to, I could do, like, an SMS or a DK64 tutorial. It's just that they already exist and they're pretty decent already. Maybe a little outdated now, but... But then again, DK64, I am in no condition to do a tutorial with. DK, I'm really only Tiny Helm, really, so... That's a different kind of route. Alright, so here you want to go immediately to the left. Or at least this is what I do for my strat. And then, whoa. And then you want to try to change into, like, the normal gravity. I don't know. And then here you want to spam B, and then press A right at the end, and then press A again here. Oh my god, I got trolled so hard! That's hilarious. This section is so frustrating. So frustrating. Yeah, I'll consider it lifeful. I know people like it when they can watch a tutorial that's mine or whatever. Also, what? I just entered in the same thing that I just came in from. That's interesting. I wonder what happens if you do that and survive. I kind of want to try it now, but we won't try it right now. But yeah, the gravity is really trolly here, and also the ending is also really trolly. So, oh, and the chicken, the robot chicken guy, he can also troll you because he can stomp on you. But yeah, you wanna press A and then, yeah, do that. Is this way avoiding the chicken feet? Yeah, basically. I mean, I just like to play a little bit to the... I'd like to play into a little bit to his left leg, and then go a little bit to the right before he's about to stomp. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I might do a tutorial for SMS. DK64 not, probably not, though. But who knows, I might make tutorials for, like, all the games that I run, besides maybe a few that I'm just, like, bad at. Like, Banjo-Kazooie, there's no reason to do a tutorial now, because Smash's tutorial is fine. Although it's a little outdated now, but... Alright. So for this boating section, it's pretty chill. Try not to get damaged because else you'll end up pulling a Jeremy Guitar Dude and die at the end of the level and waste 5 minutes. But, yeah, this section of the run is really boring. It's pretty chill. You have to shoot, these sections using B so that you can get through them. Yes, but I'm not gonna let you do that, because that's a waste of your money. You don't have that much money, Ash. Alright. So now we're going to do a hard left into this area, which you can't really see, but it's there. Alright, so I haven't taken like any damage, but I'm going to purposely take damage on this wall. Usually you get damaged twice here if you hold right. So I'm just going to hold right after this, and it's going to turn me around quickly. And actually I'm holding down right. Not right, I guess, so down right. And then... Then here, if you're low on health, make sure that you... This is where people will die when they're low on health. You hit that pipe. The hitbox is pretty high, so just go all the way down, like, into the water if you need to. Like, do not be anywhere near that pipe, because hitbox goes pretty low. Lower than you might think. Alright. Oh my god, Ash, that glowbox freaking costume. That's amazing. What, glowbox? I thought it was a Yoshi costume, not a glowbox costume. Oh, Yoshi costume, my friend. Oh. Sketchy. Whoa, my feet. Oh, look at them feet. Oh. Let me see what this is, Born. We've lost like 5 followers since I started the stream, even though we've gained like 10. I love it. So we lost 15. That's funny. Oh man. Learn how to make costumes. Good luck with that. I'm like size 8 now for feet. Alright. Now we're on the last level. Finally! I was hoping this tutorial would be sub 3 hours. Looks like I got pretty close, so... I bet it's super expensive. Oh yeah, just a little bit. Okay, now. Oh crap, gotta get my controller in the cam here. Where is it? There we go, okay. Alright, so for this section, the only hard part about the first section, which again, by the way, you don't have to get any of these lums. Only hard part of this first section is right here, and when you make this jump over this lava, sometimes you lose control of Rayman and he'll go just slide off the slide. But what I've found is that if you start on the left and then jump to the right, it helps. And slow down too, like slow down, jump to the left. Yeah, see, we almost lost control. Like, well, we did lose control, but we almost died. So like that happens a lot. So you have to be careful and just try to jump to the right so that, because you always end up going off to the left side. But you want to start on the left and then get an angle to the right so that you can try to avoid that from killing you. And yeah, it's just this shitty game physics. But you can jump during this section a lot if you want to really save a little more time. By jumping, you go a little faster, but you also have less control of Rayman, so that's bad. Like, I'm all over the place, as you can tell, so... And then you have to restart the whole section. So, I would say keep jumping to a minimum. I tend to, like... Okay, I'll just try to do it like I normally would. Okay. I don't jump here at all. And then... Sometimes I'll jump like here once, but I don't really think that actually affects your speed right there. Here you don't want to jump at all, and you want to spam B so you get the switch. Yeah, this section is so trolly. Like, this is a run killer section for sure. So basically, it's an auto-target switch, so you should be fine most of the time. But, the worst part about this section is actually, I haven't even got to. I think it's kind of like after the very last jump, sometimes you lose control and go to the left out of and die, like, and it's bad. Like, this switch isn't too bad. But right here, sometimes you'll fly left, and you'll just go to the left outside of that metal gate area and die, which is bad. Ah. Alright, so we're gonna be fighting a guy here. And you're gonna grab the power glove. Now there's a few different ways to do this, but the easiest way I've found is to go here and then helicopter out and shoot him before he shoots you. Uh-oh. That's right. Okay, and then you're supposed to hit the switch. You can also skip that Yatex if you hit the switch first, then kill him, and then die as he dies, and then you'll skip the Yatex. Although sometimes you'll actually stand on the lava and the Yatex will still happen. It's kind of funny, like a funny glitch that can happen. Then here we're just gonna do a little hop, and then get on the rocket. And then you're gonna want to hold Z here to change the rotation, and then we're gonna hit the switch like so. And then here it's just, I mean, this section really isn't that bad once you get used to it. I like to just do this route or whatever. I guess it's not really a route, but change my Z so that I'm straight here. And then change my Z so I'm straight here as well. Or I use Z, I hold Z and then change my camera direction or angle. And then here you can either spin or you can rotate back and forth to avoid these lasers. Either or works, but spinning just looks horrible for your camera because you're like all over the place. So then here you just take that direction and then you would split right now, or right now, yeah. If that was a run. I mean, you can have different splits, but it's nice to have the splits where the black like fade out kind of like comes into the center of the screen, and that's when you split is when it's all black. So that's what I do for all the splits at the end of the levels. Savage route. That's probably a good time to talk about, so you can have a controller pack, you can put saves on it. Another thing you can do, actually I'll do this first and then we'll do it, because there's a long cutscene after this, so we can talk about it. Oh no! Yeah, you want to go a little more to the right before you shoot there, so that he doesn't dodge it. You just want to center the bombs on him. Oh yeah, and then you want to stand on the outside here, because then he won't jump on you. If you're in the center, he will try to jump on you, and that wastes time. Okay, so with the controller pack, you can put 3 saves for Rayman on here. So if you have multiple controller packs, you can very easily put a bunch of saves in to practice any of the levels. And another cool thing you can do with this game is you can actually turn the music off, and you can save it to have it set like that. So what I do is for my saves, I turn the music off and just have the normal sound but no music, so I can hear all the sounds that I need to, and then I turn off the music and I can practice with like other music that I can play too or whatever while I just do practice sessions. But if you only want to have one controller pack and you want to have like the ideal setup, you get the one controller pack and then you get a Dex drive with a serial to USB adapter. And the Dex drive, if I can grab it from here, doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to reach it. It's an insert for this. You plug it in to a little block thing, and then that plugs into your computer via USB. Well, serial to USB, you need that adapter too, which is like $5. But the Dex drive's like $13 with Amazon Prime free shipping, and then if you don't have one of these, it's like $5, and then the serial adapter USB is a few bucks. So it ends up being like $15 or so to be able to practice this game. And oh yeah, so what you do is you can take the saves off of the controller pack, put them on your computer. So I just have a bunch of saves on my computer that I can load back onto the controller pack at any time to restore to the controller pack and play levels. So I will actually have that link in the description as well for all of the saves. So those saves will work on console using the controller pack thing. So I'll have the Rayman 2 notes with like my times in the Lums and which cutscenes you can leave to like go to the bathroom for and stuff like that. And then it'll also have the saves as well. Whoops. Okay. So for this boss, we're gonna shoot twice. It's very important that you just shoot 2 times. And then when he falls down and he gets damaged, you can shoot one more time, and that'll damage him another time. But I only have 2 shots left on this, and I need to use one when I hold A and B at the same time to go into this skip. And so now this only has 1 shot left. If I shoot this last shot, then we're screwed and we have to redo this spot again. Because you have to have the ammo on you to make it change into blue ammo, which will be unlimited once this happens. So now it's blue, so now I have unlimited ammo. And so now what you basically want to do is rotate around and shoot him so he goes down to the lava, then shoot him again so he gets damaged, and then he'll come back up, and then into the lava, like this. This can get pretty scary to do. And there's also rockets chasing me too, but then you'd split now, so that would be the end. But yeah, if there are any other questions that you have about the run, you can definitely just send me a Twitch PM, and I'll respond to that. Or you can leave a comment in the YouTube video. I'll respond to those as well. YouTube comments would probably be better, so then like if it's a general question that other people can also see, then that would be good, because then people can look at comments for answers to questions. But if you have like personal questions or just like little things, or you need help or something, you can send me Twitch PMs too. That's cool. Yeah, that's this game. That's the tutorial. So yeah, I hope you, I hope it helps, and hopefully there's some people that get into this game and get some good times. That'd be cool. But I now don't know if I should let the game play out. I think I'll let it play out to the start of the credits, and then I'll cut it. But also, another huge thing actually is that for updated tricks in this game, and also general help with other people that's not just me, because I'm not, there's other people that are better than me, like Mano Cheese is much better than me at this game. The SDA forums is your go-to for anything Rayman 2 community-wise. So we have a forum post for Rayman 2 that has like 30-some pages, I think, and it shows a lot of the glitches and tricks and stuff, or at least most of the glitches for this game are on Mano Cheese's YouTube channel, which is Cheezo Man. And then also, Unreal has a YouTube channel as well, Unreal 704, I think. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's... Yeah, Unreal 704 also has a YouTube channel with glitches on it. And then, but yeah, if you need any help from anyone or want to talk with anyone about the Rayman 2 run and stuff, for any percent or for 100%, because Mano Cheese is doing 100%, then the forums is the way to go. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.